have my coffee, my comfy chair, my hair pulled up, nothing fancy. Nobody asking me questions, just me and my camera and a whole lot of things that I haven't said out loud. I've been thinking a lot about how to start this for a while. Like, what's the right intro? What's the right angle? What do I lead with? And then I realize the fact that I'm even asking those questions means I'm still performing. And this podcast is not about performing. So I'm just going to talk to you like it's 2 in the morning, like we're the only two people awake, like you needed someone to say something real to you today, and I needed somewhere to say it. This is Crowned and Called, and I'm Melinda. Just Melinda, not the title, not the resume, not the agent, just this version of me that doesn't have it all put together, okay? I'm just the woman healing out loud because somebody has to go first. And today that's me. So, all right. Welcome. Welcome to Crowned and Called. And this is the podcast about the walk, not the arrival, not the highlight reel, not the part where everything worked out. Okay. This is the part in the middle where you don't know how it ends. And you're putting one foot in front of the other on faith alone. That's where I am. And if you're honest with yourself, that might be where you are too. So this isn't a show about what I've built. This isn't a show about how I kept going, where everything, fell apart. This is me being vulnerable. This is me being raw. This is me healing out loud on purpose. So if you came here looking for someone who has it all put together and all the answers, I love you, but this is not your show. But if you came here looking for someone who's willing to sit here and be vulnerable and just be real with you, this is the place for you. So get your water, get your coffee. We're about to go there. All right. I want to talk about what it feels like to pour over a decade into something. And I mean pour. I don't mean a little dabble, not try, not show up halfway, not half-assing anything. I mean, you give it everything. Your mornings, and they were early. Your evenings, your mental energy, your prayers, your tears, sometimes even sacrificing family time. The version of yourself that was supposed to be resting, yep, you gave that shit too. You gave that too. When you do that, when you give that much of yourself to something, it's not a damn job. Pardon my language. It's not a job. It becomes everything. It's you. It's your identity, right? It stops being something that you do and it becomes something that you are. It becomes how you introduce yourself. It becomes the first thing you think about in the morning. Good Lord. It becomes the last thing you think about when you lay down and you close your eyes. It becomes your freaking identity, y'all. Imagine that. Picture that. You may be walking through that right now. Imagine that season coming to an end like that. You're standing in the middle of your own damn life and you don't know who you are without it. Without that thing, I was sold out. I didn't know who I was. That's where I found myself. Not in a dramatic moment, not in a single day. It was quiet, y'all. It was gradual. It was me lying awake at night while my husband slept next to me. 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm awake. The house is completely silent. My kids don't live here, right? And the tears just start falling. Not loud tears, not dramatic tears, not sobbing. Just those quiet tears that slide down your face when you're staring at the ceiling. and you ask God, where was I? Where am I? And what am I supposed to do now? What's next for me? These questions constant. And the silent just sitting there, heavy. Not mean, just waiting. I had built so much of my identity around what I did that when that season ended, I genuinely didn't know what was left of Melinda. I thought my work was my worth. I thought my title was my identity. I thought if I just kept producing, I kept performing, kept building, that I would never feel lost. I would have arrived, right? I was wrong. Those nights, those long nights, quiet, nobody sees these nights. Nobody saw them, not even my husband. That's where this podcast was born. Not in some boardroom, not in a strategy session, mastermind session. Nobody else saw me crying. Because in the middle of all of that, you guys, in the middle of the grief, the silence, the not knowing, and it's still partially not knowing, I kept going. I keep going, y'all. Not just because, I'm strong. Nothing's clear. I keep going because something deep down inside of me refuses to let this story end. And I believe that there's something bigger for me. I believe God has something bigger for me. He's repositioning me for something greater. The hard moments, they're all worth it. They're all worth it right now. And I know I'm going to be able to look back and go, thank you, God. I'm so glad you stripped me from that. You pulled me from that you repositioned me, that my brokenness is for something better. Here's what I want you to hear today. Not the sad pieces, right? I don't want to over-explain anything. I want you to know that you deserve to heal from your bad season, from your broken season, right? You're allowed to grieve. You are allowed to feel lost. You're allowed to feel broken. And what I know is this, that when something you poured yourself into for years comes to an end, the grief is real. You're grieving. It's a loss, right? It's real. The identity crisis is real, and nobody talks about it enough. Good Lord, nobody talks about it enough. We talk about the comeback. I've arrived now, I'm back. Yeah. We talk about the glow up. It's all over social media. We talk about what God did after, but we skip the damn hard part. We skip over the part where a woman is lying in the dark, not knowing what the hell comes next. She don't know who she is anymore. I'm not skipping that. That part is crowned and called. That part matters. That part is holy. And if you are in that part right now, I need you to hear me, sis. I need you to hear me. You're not falling apart. You're being rebuilt. And the woman on the other side of this season right now that you're in is going to be the someone that you have not met yet. She's waiting for you. She's waiting for you. So keep becoming. She is worth the wait. Go through your hard season. It's worth it. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, Melinda. Plans to give you hope, Melinda, and a future." I used to read that and think, okay, God, but when? When does this hope show up? When does the future start? And what I've learned in a short time, God's amazing. What these hard seasons have taught me, I've had many in my life, but this one has been the hardest, is that the hope is never absent. God was never absent. Even in the nights when I was crying alone, even in the silence on those long rides, even in the questions that stir around in my head with no answers, He was not watching from a distance. He's right there, right now. So that's what I want you to hold on to. When this episode ends, I want you to hold on to He's right there with you. You're not in silence. You're not alone. You're not abandoned. The ending is not a punishment. Sometimes it's God closing a door because that season's ended. Not because you failed, not because you finished. And what's next requires a version of you that the old season could never produce. This podcast, I wouldn't be having this conversation right now had I still been in that old season. Crowned and Called would have not been formed. All the many things that I have founded and have done in a short 2 months would not have been developed had I still been stuck. Sometimes the ending is the answer. That disappointment is my answer. If this episode spoke to you, please share this with another woman. Keep it, save it, rewatch it. Whatever you took from this, apply it. Don't just sit on it. Don't just sit and listen to this and move on and go about your busy day. Truly apply, share, give it to another woman. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you're here for episode 1 of Crowned and Called. I don't take it lightly that you gave me your time today. This is just the beginning, ladies. We have so many stories to tell, so many women to sit with, so much truth to say out loud. Yes, it's time to say it out loud. That has been all of our stories that have been hidden and that have been silenced. That's been for way too long. Behind every woman is a long ass story that nobody ever saw. So I can't wait to hear your story. Please give us a like, give us a subscribe, share this with a woman. It might help her today. So I'm Melinda Quiros. Thank you for joining Crowned and Called, and I'll see you next week.